Well, good day, neighbor. I am so glad you stopped by. Today, I'm going to be talking about Serrano chili peppers. This is a pepper that is easy to grow, and you will receive a huge harvest off of these plants. Well, let's start out with the seeds. Start your seeds indoors 8 weeks before the expected last frost. And check your weather and maybe look at an almanac for your area to see and try to track the weather. You plant the seeds 1/4 of an inch deep in the soil and keep the soil at 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep that soil warm so the seeds will germinate. These peppers enjoy a light, loamy soil with some compost. And I always wet my soil before I plant my seeds, plant the seed, put a little bit of soil on the top, and then mist some water on top of that. And that way they stay moist. They're fairly easy to grow as long as they get enough sunlight, moisture, and nutrients. Those are the three things that are very important for these peppers. So make sure that you have enough light, that you check the water and the moisture of the soil, and you feed them after they start to grow. Well, okay, you're talking about water. How much water am I supposed to give these plants when they're planted in the garden? Well, 3 times a week, water deeply. Again, try to avoid the leaves, and water deeply once a week. 3 times a week. Peppers like heat and full sun. They don't like full sun of 110 all day long. It's not good for them. They will stop production. It would be too hot for them. Now, when I'm planting these in the garden, how far apart should I plant these plants, the seedlings that I've grown? 12 to 24 inches apart. I remember when I first started gardening, I looked at that and I went, those poor little plants are just never going to make it. They're so sad. They're tiny. As they grew and grew and grew, I understood why that spacing is important. Now, the rows where you'd be walking need to be 24 to 36 inches apart. In other words, you have a row of peppers, then you have a walkway. That needs to be at least between 24 and 36 inches wide, so you can walk down there and harvest easily. Now, if you're planting these in raised beds, do your plants 14 to 16 inches apart. Now, if you want easy picking and you don't have to do this, you can stake your plants for your best performance. And I always say, make sure and rotate your pepper crops and rotate your crops, period. I don't plant peppers in the same place I planted peppers last year. I move them. There's only one spot by this huge old fence that I have where I get my 6-foot pepper plants. And I always will plant peppers right there, and I amend the soil. Well, I am so glad you stopped by today. In the comments below, let me know if you've ever planted Serrano chili peppers. And if you have, how did they do? Did you plant them in the garden? Did you plant them in a container? I'd love to hear. Also, if you have other vegetables or plants that you'd like me to talk about in videos, just let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I hope to see you soon. And I wish you great gardening.